Hey guys, yeah, I didn't have time to do videos lately. We're on vacation. My daughter was here. Did find a very interesting article though, which I will go ahead and link in the description below. Um, Essentially, the headline is Time Restricted Eating No More Beneficial Than Caloric Restriction in Obese Patients, Study Says. Okay, well, number one, and they did the study in China. China's very heavily carbed. Okay, they eat rice, they have an incredibly high carb diet. The other thing is they didn't say what kind of foods they were eating, they didn't tell you where they were starting. I mean, the article pretty much just probably grabbed a sentence out of the abstract or in the conclusion and said, it's no more beneficial. Well, let me tell you. Okay, there are two really, really super popular diets. One is DASH, and I forget what the acronym means because I don't care, but I did follow it. And that's essentially eating small meals several times a day. Good meals, you know, complex carbs, make sure you get whole wheat bread, plenty of fruit, plenty of vegetables, low meat consumption, low salt consumption, low fat consumption. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, it don't work. I think at a time when I was more insulin sensitive, some 25 years ago, that style worked for me. But here was the important part. I was actually on an intermittent fasting window. Because of my schedule, I would walk 2 miles in the morning, walk. That's excellent exercise for weight loss. And I believe I started eating at 8 and I would end at 6. Now that gives me a 14-hour fasting window. So it almost doesn't matter what you ate in that period, as long as you gave yourself 14 hours and then walked before you ate, okay? I think you can lose weight doing that too, even if you did dash it. But you're going to be miserable, you're going to be hungry. This I know. And you're going to spike insulin. So your insulin's going to be up most of the day, most of that 12 hours, the 10-hour window. All right, but there are people who do quite well on 10, 14s. I chose to do at least a 24, which means I don't eat for 20 hours. And let's say I eat breakfast at 11, and if we go out to eat breakfast or something, I'll go get a quesadilla, or I'll get gorditas. If I get a quesadilla, I will eat the corn tortilla. If I get gorditas, I just eat the meat and the cheese and kind of bathe it in salsa. And then I'll eat about my main meal about 2 o'clock. So again, and then I probably won't eat breakfast the next day, so I'll be back on my OMAD schedule, or 1 meal a day. So again, I'll link the article. I don't remember if there was a link to the actual study. If I have to go look for that, then it's probably, they just, I don't know who's involved in all this stuff. And I'll tell you what, if they published it in a major medical journal, and I think they did, these guys take an awful lot of money from Big Farm, Big Food, okay? Believe it or not, Big Food still sells the idea to politicians. You should be doing your own thing, but if you still want to follow the government, that's your thing. Hey, cada quien, man. To each his own. Sálvese quien pueda. Save yourself, man. But if you really are interested in the government and you're interested in these medical journals, look, if I gave you $1 million and took you out to a fancy dancy dinner and smoozed and doozed you and dined you and wined you, and now I gave you 3 different articles, and one says intermittent fasting's outstanding, but there's just no room for medicines in that diet because the people are going to get healthy. The second diet is kind of a, here, there, maybe 50%, but this last diet, you got to have your whole grains, you've got to eat plenty of fruits and vegetables, you've got to eat several times a day, and really, really teeny meals. But there's 100% chance that you're going to wind up with some issue that's going to require medicine. they're not going to tell you which article to choose if you're the editor, but I'll tell you they have done studies on this, and human beings will tend to lean toward the ones that gave them their brand new Porsche and their big house and their high maintenance wife or high maintenance husband. And what can I tell you? You got to go do your own research. For me, eating almost pure meat, a little bit of veg here and there, especially in the Mexican salsas, which, by the way, has way more nutrients than even a garden salad. All right? And it's just the quality, the density of the vegetables I eat is incredible. I eat plenty of eggs. I eat plenty of cheese. I even eat ice cream. Yeah, because it's pretty much all cream and eggs. My palate is so carnivored out now that any sweet at all, even the natural sugars found in whipping cream, are sweet to me. Some people might taste and go, oh, this is bland, this tastes eggy, this is... Well, actually it doesn't taste eggy, not at all. And the nutrient level, because I add 2 eggs to my ice cream for a pint, the amount of nutrients in that thing, the protein, the fat, oh my God, no, it's wonderful. And I tend to eat just one meal a day. I did that yesterday. Matter of fact, I ate like a pig yesterday. And oftentimes I can't even remember what I ate, but I had half a pound of hamburgers. I had 4 eggs scrambled. Then I nibbled on a piece of steak. I had about a quarter of an 8x8 pizza made with a chicken breast crust, and it had a lot of cheese, tomato sauce, and it had pepperoni on it. And then I had some chicharrones and 2 bowls of soup, which was a chicken broth base from having cooked the chicken wings and the tomatoes in that broth. So that broth had, it was just pretty fortified. And with that, I had mixed some of the beef that we had a couple of days ago in Mexican salsa. And then I went ahead and did an egg drop with 2 eggs into that. So I had 2 bowls of that with chicharrones softened, because they get all nice and soft and squishy. It's and then I think I finished off with some ice cream and some chocolate chips. I don't think I had more than 10 grams of carbs, 15 maybe. But compared to all the calories I ate, no way, man. That's gonna look like 5-6%. I may not be classic keto, but I don't eat classic keto anymore. My body type, structure, I wound up doing 108 push-ups before eating, right before eating. So I had been fasting for almost 24 hours, and I cranked out 108 push-ups in a few sets, but all within an hour. And I'm feeling great. I actually notice. I mean, I can feel my muscles semi-building but toning. And my first batch of push-ups has increased from less than 5 to now. I think I did 34 on the first shot, and I've only been doing this for a couple weeks. I imagine if I continue this structure Monday, Thursday, first shot out the door, I'll probably be doing 50 to 60 push-ups. My idea is not to build. I actually do not want to do that. I just want to tone it up, make sure that when I need to push something, it gets pushed. Not that I'd have any reason to push anything. So, anyway, guys, that's how that works. Again, you got to look into these studies. You got to find out. For me, intermittent fasting works wonderful, and I'm going to come up with a kind of a cool new name for it, because I guess I don't like the idea of people thinking they're not eating. Maybe I'll call it a feasting window, or I'll find some really fancy thing to describe it, and then I'll do a video on it. All right. So you guys take care, and we'll talk again on the next one. Bye.